It's the realest, the illest, the killers.
What?
Word on the street is,
We
I'm
the
a
illest.
suspect. Oh.
Oh, I ain't never been a suspect. Hell nah. Put some respect on my name, goddammit. Before we get offset. Nah, yo.
Oh, yo. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, okay. Yo, welcome everybody to another episode of We're Wrestlemanics 2 podcast. It's your boy Izze2Real, along with my boy
Playboy Troy.
You feel me? What up, Playboy, man? I would ask you how you doing, but this is
Ladies and
podcast
gentlemen,
two.
I'm going to tell you one thing. I was pissed off this weekend. I was angry. I was really frustrated this weekend, but I'm good. Your boy's easy, like Sunday morning again. We're chilling now. We're good. I'm happy. I got opportunities lined up. I got some new things coming down the pipe. You know, your boy Playboy Troy is always working.
Always moving.
I'm always on the move. I got trips lined up for the end of this month. I got a trip lined up for the end of next month. I got a trip lined up for the month halfway in December.
You got a trip for the weekend too, aren't you going somewhere?
Oh yeah, I'm going. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. What he say?
You want to disclose to the people where that trip is? That trip is?
Oh, we're going to Sac. We're heading to Sac, and
Oh no, I was talking about the restaurant one.
Oh yeah. I'm going to Chili's. I'm taking my girl to Chili's.
That's the trip I was talking about. You gonna take a trip to a restaurant?
Oh yeah, I'm going to Chili's, bro. People, first of all, I don't know why. First of all, I date girls that are regular. We're regular people. We don't need to be out here. Like, I take her to Benihana's too. I take her to all these fancy places. I take her on trips and stuff. I abduct her sometimes. Sometimes she just get in the car and she don't even know where she's going. Okay, I treat my girl right. And sometimes we be normal. We're like, let's get dressed and just go to Chili's. Let's go get the crispers and the little cheese, the mozzarella sticks or whatever, and let's get dollar margaritas and all this other stuff. Yes, first of all, Applebee's got dollar margaritas, so I'll take that back. Chili's got the 2-for-1 margaritas. So, I mean, pick your poison on that. Because we definitely going to be Ubering. I'm not going to lie.
We definitely going to be Uber.
Yeah, we're going to be using Uber or Lyft.
We should do a show one day from like a restaurant or something like that.
I've been trying to, but clearly you just don't get out the house. So I'm trying to get us to do a show at a local.
This negative connotation of me just never leaving
we're trying
the
to get
house.
to this. I'm trying to get us to
Crazy.
record at a local wrestling place, like an indie show.
Nah, I'm with it. But what's your reasoning for saying that I'm always in the house?
Because I ain't never seen you outside the house other than work. I truly think you just literally go to work and you go home.
And I go to sleep.
And you go to sleep. That's
tired.
it. Because you're like 40, 50 years old.
Correct. I'm almost 40. So correct.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'm 38. I just turned 38 yesterday.
I truly thought you were like 52.
Get on my fucking nerves.
Why?
He just put, damn, bro, like that. I'm gonna start thinking about death at that time. I gotta start getting the wheel together and shit. Like,
but it's a good thing, cause like, there's
be higher by 52, but shit, hell.
But
nah,
there's like old people who don't give up in life, like don't move out the way for the young kids.
Nah, cause the young kids don't really know what they doing. It's the older generation that kind of got shit going.
But
the middles, the 30s, they don't really got it like that. But like the guys from like 40 to 50, they got it figured out.
But guess what?
What?
The oldest guys are starting to move out the way.
And they're dying.
That too.
Except for Vince.
Yeah, because that's what I'm about to say. The older guys like Vince is moving out the way for Papa H now to take control of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Dude, he's taking over creative all around in the main roster. He's let Sean, run the ship in NXT, which I think is wonderful. Sean is doing a wonderful job down in NXT.
Got the ratings up.
Yeah, he got the ratings up. We're watching it right now as we record. So far, what's your thoughts on NXT so far? That what you've seen?
I think this is the second week that you had me watch NXT. NXT is actually entertaining.
Yeah.
And now that I'm actually starting to know the people that you used to always name, and I'd be like, who?
Who's this person?
Who the fuck are you talking about? Now I'm seeing them, so now I'm putting faces to names and names to faces, if you will. But I'm actually seeing that they're bringing something to the table.
Yeah.
It's not just they're thrown out there
and they don't know what's going on,
and they're just out there flippies and flippy doodles in every match. No, every match means something, or if it doesn't mean something, it's getting somebody over.
Yes.
It's a meaning for everything, and the people that they are using and that they're showing us, I'm getting used to. Like, love Carmelo Hayes, love Ilya Dragunov. I'm getting to know Trick and seeing him now. I'm like, okay, he cool.
Braun's about to come
I've
up.
already been up on him, but I'm just saying as far as like new guys that just never really crossed my path. As far as like the ladies, Tiffany Stratton's one of them. Used to always mention her. Norm Dar, and she used to always mention him. Like seeing him out there. And the Gracie Boys was the tag team.
Oh, you talking about
one with the singlet, one with the trunks.
Oh, the Creeds.
There you go. Them.
The Creed brothers.
I gotta remember that name, the Creed brothers. So I just think of Apollo Creed or Austin Creed. But anyway, I like them as a tag team. Like I think they could be caught up to the main roster.
Yep.
But anyway, not even to just give a long spiel, but I like what I'm seeing so far from NXT.
Yeah.
And it's way more entertaining than fucking AEW.
Which is, I think for me, I love how they're young and they're hungry. Mm-hmm. Like they have that hunger, like in every match, like you said, means something. Right. So like when they win, it's instantly like all of a sudden, like a couple minutes later, they have a background segment or backstage segment where they're like,
it's a story.
Like, yo, you just see me win? So that means I should be in line now for the championship. Or da-da-da-da. Like, it's not like we won, like, a person wins and then it's like, that's it.
Right.
Like, we move on to the next match.
Next segment.
No, it's like, they actually are like, yo, like, they're coming back with the towel on their head or, like, they're holding their ribs still, like, from the match. And I'm like, you see what I just did out there? Like, I need to be in this conversation of a championship like match. I should be in that conversation now. So that's why I think I enjoy NXT more because it's like it's slow pace. You get a story, what's going on, and you can kind of connect to the people that's there.
You don't just get segment and then you don't just get two wrestlers in a segment and then after they're done for the day. They go home.
You don't see them no more.
It's the next two guys in their segment and then when they're done, they go home. You don't see them anymore. And like that's kind of more AEW style.
Yeah.
Where you get you will get Adam Cole and you will get MJF, but then you won't see them no more for the rest of the show.
Right.
When the show should be centered around MJF because he's the World Heavyweight Champion. So that type of shit. As far as NXT, though, I was going to say is they're doing a good job when they're actually making me give a fuck about Baron Corbin. Like, I care about Baron Corbin now. Like, and who the hell ever really said that? Like,
yeah.
So now Baron Corbin in NXT, and they're actually using him.
They made me care about Mustafa Ali.
I didn't get to see him before he got released. Because you were talking about how his attire and everything and how his look was. He changed the whole entire look. The story that day was going was he's what NXT needs. Like, that was the story. I'm what NXT needs. He should have just went full haram with it. Like, haram.
No.
He should have just went full with it.
Well, he's not. Technically, he's not that. But
he is.
He is. But he's not like, he's from New York. Like, we know he's from New York.
Oh, is he?
Like, we know that. That's that.
No, he's from Chicago.
No, my bad. Yeah, he's from Chicago. Like, that's that Vince McMahon stuff. Like, we all know he's from Chicago. He literally was I want to say he was either a firefighter or a cop. Yeah. Like, we already know all that stuff. So let's go ahead and let's move away from.
Yeah, let's not stereotype him.
Yeah, let's not stereotype him because then by that time
it didn't work. And I like Mustafa Ali.
It didn't work because it seemed so bland.
Well, he was always bland. Look at this.
They're finally accepting it. That's not going to be his name,
But look at the hair, though. Why the hair looks so like... What you mean it's not going to be his name? His name should still be Brian Pillman.
It's not going to be Brian Pillman Jr.
Oh, it's not because Vince hates Jr.
No, it's the reports. Cannon. Sorry, just to put y'all up.
Cannon?
We're looking at Brian Pillman. He's sitting there. They have a promo package for him on NXT. Beard? But he's going by Lexi King. I want to say it's because his sister died, and her name was.
Did she?
I think his sister died. And his name is going by, he's Lexi, and King is his mom's maiden name. I want to say that's what it was.
Why would he even want anything to, well, I'm not going to disrespect his mom, but, the look is different.
Yeah. He darkened his
but
hair.
it could work.
He darkened his beard.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So
No,
now
we
NXT
good.
is playing. I think he said something already. NXT is playing right now on the big screen here, and it's Brian Pillman's vignette, or Brian Pillman Jr.'s vignette in NXT, and he has a new look.
But they're playing back into the Brian Pillman story though right now.
And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish I could hear it, but I'll go back and listen to it to see how his promo skills is. But it looks good to me. It looks like an old shirt that Pillman used to wear. It looks like the old chain that Pillman had with Austin that he has one around his neck. You know, hey, let's give it a chance. Yeah. I'm happy to see him there because AEW wasn't going to do a goddamn thing with him. So I'm happy to see him here. But you want to get started?
Yeah. Come on.
First question, you.
Yeah, first question. I hit on it earlier. Vince is gone. Papa H is in charge now. So now we get to see.
H.
Yeah, Papa H. That's what we call him out in the streets, Papa H. Now, my question is, can you see the changes now that Triple H has full control? Can you already see the changes now?
I watched the show, at least for the first hour, because, you know, I be sleep early. So I watched the first hour and a half. And I was watching it. I was enthralled in it. I didn't change it or nothing like that. Well, I walked out on the Nia Jax Raquel Gonzalez match. I walked out on that, but I came back in the end when Shayna Baszler and Rhea showed up. But it's still, everything made sense. Nothing was like just thrown in for no reason in the segments that I seen. And then there was a great segment with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Cody, and main event Jey Uso.
Yep.
And at first I wasn't with it because I was like, okay, so now we're already just going to turn them heel. We just gave up on their babyface turn, huh? It's talking about Sammy and KO.
Right.
But then they kind of still kept it a little babyface, and you know what I mean? And still had their confrontation. Right. It makes sense because they want their belts back. They lost because they both were hurt. That's really the main reason why they lost their titles.
Right.
And that's why the belts are now just jumping all over the damn place. Because why the hell did Judgment Day even win the titles if they were going to lose it in 2 weeks?
They had it for a month.
Was it even a month?
Yeah, it was for a month.
It didn't feel like a month.
It was for a month.
What? From one pay-per-view to the other?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it made sense to me, but I was rocking with it. So I was like, okay, let's go. Let's have the match. I didn't get to see the match until before you got here. I was watching the recap on Hulu. And I was like, okay, good match. But all in all, I see a little bit of the changes, but I didn't know until this morning when I woke up and I was going to work. And it said something about Triple H was in complete control of Raw. And I'm like, wait, for real? And they're like, he might be in complete control from here on out. And I'm like, no fucking way. I'm not believing this shit. Then you text me this morning, and we were talking about it. And I'm just like, I don't believe it yet. I'll believe it later. Because I don't trust Vince.
I see it, though. I'm going to tell you how I saw it.
Not saying I don't see it, but I don't trust Vince.
Yeah, you can see.
Not yet.
Well, from reports and everything,
it's an
right?
Endeavor thing?
Yeah. The Endeavor they told Triple H he's in control now. They basically, like, Vince, we don't need you now. Which kind of now is backfiring on Vince because he's like, this is the only reason I sold the company to you.
Right.
Is so I can stay in control.
Vince, you're a businessman. You know how the game go.
You know how the game go.
And
everyone understands that Triple H is where the money's at. Like, he's literally the reason why
that ship
booming
was going when Vince was going through the legal stuff and everything.
When that SummerSlam happened and Triple H took over that SummerSlam, that's when we knew it was like, yo, he instantly brought back Bayley and EO and Dakota, and I was like, okay. All right.
What else she got for us?
Like, yeah, it was like, yo, we might actually.
Then we got that crazy main event where Brock lifted up the ring with the forklift and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Bro,
like,
bro, it was like, yo, the weight was lifted off of us. And then it came back.
Like a ton of bricks.
It came back by, I said before WrestleMania. That's when I said it was.
I say after. Or no, I say during.
I say right after Royal Rumble. Right after Royal Rumble, that's when I knew it was weird. Because I was like, why are we now out of nowhere we're mentioning Omos? Omos been gone for so many months now. How out of nowhere he just...
I thought Triple H just wanted to use him because he's tall.
No.
Paying him, so let's
he don't like none
see.
Of that.
So
I guarantee you.
But when Cody lost...
If Triple H is really in trouble, really in control, you will see Omos not on TV no more. Everybody that Vince liked was fired, basically.
But they weren't fired. They just weren't used.
No, I'm saying they end up getting released though. Like
their contracts expired, like your Cesaros.
No. I'm talking about the people he actually liked to put on TV, like the Shankies and the Maximum Male Models and what's the dude name? Rick Boogs. All those guys. Those guys got released. If you haven't noticed, how out of nowhere we having releases, and basically everybody that Vince liked.
I forgot all about Rick Boogs.
They all got released recently. Yeah. Cause Vince likes that cool little. Well, one, he likes the fact that he was built like a muscle man from a circus. That's one thing, and then two,
a muscle man from the circus.
Yes,
that's crazy.
And he liked the fact that he had like all that gimmicky stuff. He likes that stuff. That makes him laugh. But this is the things that I noticed with Triple H. One, on Monday Night Raw, we have seen women that we haven't seen on TV in months and maybe weeks. Xia Li showed up. Xia Li showed up and challenged.
See Xia Li.
She showed up and challenged Becky Lynch. That's one
After
thing.
the Tegan Knox match, or was that the match that happened? No. I didn't see a Becky match. So was that against Xia Li?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember off the top of my head. Sorry,
yeah,
because there's a part of the Raw that I missed, but I know I missed it because I ended up coming there late. But Xia Li showed up on Raw. The Kaden Carter and Katana Chan showed up on Raw. Like it was a whole flux of women on that show last night on Monday Night Raw. Literally, it was a lot of women on that show, which there's no problem with. But I know Vince, Shayna, Rhea's always gonna be on there. But Raquel was on there. Nia Jax was on there. It was multiple segments of them. They weren't all clumped into one area or one time slot. It was like as the show went on, they were just spread out.
I still think it's too much women on the show. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry.
Why?
I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that. It's too much women because I really don't care unless it's one of the like 4 main girls. What? I don't care.
Why?
I just don't.
Because
I don't care about Tegan Knox. I don't care about.
Is it because they don't be on TV that much?
No, it's just because I don't care. Like, give me like 4 or 5 girls, or no, give me 6. And then you can just keep rotating them in and out or whatever.
That gets boring.
Yes, it does. And then you have a big flocks of other girls that you can keep rotating in.
Then
but
I won't care about them because they have no story. They have nothing. I get that,
but I don't need a mixed show where it's 50% women, 50%
It's not 50%
males.
women.
Raw feel like it's 50% women, 50% males.
No.
Dog. To me,
it was.
I could be wrong. Well, I'm not going to say it could be wrong because it's my opinion. I feel like it's a lot of women on the show.
To me, it was like they were sprinkled in. Because it wasn't like. Because really, you see Rhea the whole entire show. You see her.
I have no problem with seeing Rhea.
I have no problem seeing Rhea.
No problem with seeing Rhea.
Because she's part of the biggest act of the show anyway.
And she's a fucking star.
So that's one thing. But it's like you had that segment about the women's tag team titles, which have been
dormant.
It has been dormant. But to me, I feel like I'm gonna give Triple H the benefit of the doubt with it.
But I don't care about the women's tag team titles. Really? Who does?
Because they've made it. They've made it so.
Who does?
Because they made those titles so useless. And I
think it only worked with Naomi and Sasha. Besides that, it didn't work because it was just a bunch of girls just thrown together.
To me, that's what I'm saying.
It's like what the fuck?
Useless.
You only have one girl tag team right now.
NXT had the best women's tag team division. NXT did. Actually, they had the best women's tag team division.
They did not have a great tag team division or a great women's division.
The reason why no one cares about this stuff is because we've been basically trained to not care about nobody but those 4 or 5 women that's in the main picture of it, because that's how it's always been for WWE.
No, you could like who you want to like. Like it's
back in the day.
Okay.
Lita and Trish. They was on TV basically the whole entire time. Who else did you care about? Deborah. Because
but Deborah wasn't wrestling.
So she wasn't wrestling. So what else?
At that time, you had like your Jazzes. You have a girl that you despise, Molly Holly, who was wrestling. You would have like
Victoria,
Dawn Marie's. Victoria was
Dawn Marie really didn't even wrestle. Really, she only did she only came out on things.
Who the fuck else was there? But you had your crop.
That was at 5.
They came in for 1 or 2 segments, and that was it.
Victoria, Jazz, Molly Holly, Trish Stratus, and Lita. That was it.
It's 2 more. I can't off the top of my head.
What, Tori Wilson? Stacy Keibler?
You know what? That was the time Tori was in the ring. Around that time where Lita and Trish was really popping.
Yeah.
It was Tori, but Nydia was there. She was wrestling.
She really didn't do nothing.
She did. She was pretty. She wasn't bad, but she was still there. But what I'm saying is, even back then, and maybe that's why I think the way that I think. But back then, we didn't have this abundance of women segments.
That actually, because they weren't actually good.
It doesn't matter whether it's good or not. It's just like, to me, I don't want to see women fight all the time. That's just me.
They only have like 3 matches.
But I'm just saying in general. So if we're gonna put wrestling in the big context of what it's really supposed to be, which is an athletic endeavor where it's a combat sport. I don't even like watching women UFC fights. So
Okay.
I don't care about watching women fight. I just don't. Like I said, it could be sexist, but I just don't care. So for you to just throw 15 different segments out there full of women,
But that's
it's like
the thing.
I just don't care.
But that's the thing, right? You have 3 hours of TV.
Mm-hmm.
Really, out of those 3 hours of TV, the women really only had
An hour.
No, not even an hour.
In the Triple H regime, they be having like an hour.
They have like 15 minutes.
In Vince's regime, they have 3.
Which I feel like is so dumb. Why even have the women?
Unless you're beyond.
Why even have the women there on? Why even have women in the company altogether? Then, if we're only gonna give them 3 minutes, what's their purpose? Just to look good.
If they got 5 different segments, then yeah, they should have 3 minutes. But if you're gonna give 4 women 2 segments, then okay, they could have more than whatever. They can give 15 minutes to build.
We got a
something.
segment with 6 women in it. We got another segment with 2 women in it, and then we had another segment with, I want to say, 3 or 4 women in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all 3 segments basically from Monday Raw.
Why you got balloons coming up on your shit?
Probably because I went like this. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a thing. I don't know why.
Right,
even when
I just wanted
like
to make
that.
sure there was no ghost in my phone and that type of stuff, because that was weird.
No, it does that. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, like, and then you have Rhea Ripley in every Judgment Day segment. So that's boom. But out of those 3 segments, and those 3 segments are what, like maybe 20 seconds at the most? And then you have 2 women's matches you have Nia and Raquel. And I really don't, if Becky, I don't even think Becky had a match with
Becky
Tegan.
had a match against somebody.
With Tegan Knox. Becky had a match with Tegan Knox. So Becky match and Tegan Knox was maybe, I want to say, was like 7 minutes.
Right, and it was another women's segment too.
And then
And then you had the one where you Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
That was a 6. That was the same. They had all 6. They had 6 women in that one segment, a 4-woman segment, and a 2-woman segment. That ain't even that much. Really, that was a really blank of an eye segment.
I get what your argument is.
My argument is that why even have the women in the whole entire company? I
understand my argument where I just don't care. It's a lot of men that just really don't care for seeing women fight. So for you to have so many segments, and I get it, women want to wrestle too. You know what I mean?
No, my point is,
they want to wrestle like the men, but
why? My point is, we have all these people in the company.
Okay,
let's use them.
Correct. You have a lot of guys that you're not using.
There's a lot of guys you're not using too. But that's what I'm saying. Those guys are not going to get those opportunities. Let's start getting a rotation of people. Let's start working these people in the rotation.
I think so too. They need like a 6-month rotation.
I'm so sick and tired of these same people. Like, literally, like we talked about this in earlier episodes. There was a moment when Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, and Austin Theory literally were the only 3 people over that one title.
I thought about that the other day. Like, damn, they had like a good 5 to 6 months
of just them
damn near
3.
A year where they were having just continuous matches on Raw and pay-per-views.
Same matches. And it's like that all the time. That's why I'm like, I'm excited to finally see what Triple H can finally do now, because it's like, bro, he actually uses the rotation of people. That's why, like, when NXT, you have different people. It's kind of like he runs the main roster now, like NXT, where it's like these people in NXT, they wrestle, they do their little couple months, and guess what? They're on to the main roster and they're gone.
Do you think that he's going to change the complete WWE style in general? Because they have a way of doing things, and they've been doing this for years.
No. It's going to be the same style.
And as far as what I'm talking about is
bad.
With rematches. Because what used to happen was there used to be house shows where there would be the match what happened on TV, and then they just tour for a few months with that same match, but they're promoting it for different places. Now there's really no house shows, so we're getting every pay-per-view the same goddamn matches. Huh?
What do you mean in the house shows?
The house shows aren't going down like they used to, where they used to have 3 house shows in one night every day. They don't stop it. There's not 3 house shows going on in one day.
Why would we have 3 house shows?
But that's what I'm saying. That's how it used to be. They used to sell. So say right now, Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker right now are having a match, right?
Right.
So this match right here, it would probably end in a TV match on a disqualification. But that's for people who's going to go around to different arenas with this same match. But you're not really going to see it on the pay-per-view until maybe a WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble. You're not going to see it on the pay-per-view. Now we're getting this match every fucking week on Raw. Then we're getting it on Raw the next week in a tag team match, and then we're gonna get it on the pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, he's gonna change. That's Vince McMahon way.
That's what I'm saying. It's the WWE
he's
style
gonna change that
for decades.
He's changing that.
So that's why I was like, is he gonna change it?
If you watch NXT Black and Gold, you'll see how it went. And which I'm not saying you didn't, but I'm saying if for the people who didn't watch it, everybody kind of like, yes, you would have like right now, right? Carmelo versus Braun. You would get this match now, and then the next week, Braun is already moving on to some. He's going to fight somebody else, but he'll end up crossing paths again with Carmelo.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Like I feel like that's the best way you watch wrestling. I can't like right now. The past couple weeks, we've been watching the same rotation of Judgment Day versus either Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. It's been the same match every single week.
It's like but I blame. You know who I blame? Oh my god, what was that?
Who you gonna blame?
I blame the creative writing team.
Yes,
I blame the writing team because they really don't know what the hell they're doing. Because they think that this is the way it's supposed to be booked. They book it for Vince, and maybe that's absolute. Well, we know it's true. But I'm saying as far as the way that it's written, where it's I'm gonna talk crap this week, and we're gonna still have the same matches because they're being lazy. Mm-hmm. But because Raw never used to be like this. Yeah. Now we might get a Kane versus Stone Cold Steve Austin match in June. You're not gonna see that match again on Raw the next week. Right. You're not gonna see that match again for a couple months. Right. Or unless they have a pay-per-view match. But you're not going to fucking see that match again the very next week. Now we're just getting that constant rotation of stuff because of the lazy writing. They don't book pay-per-views in ahead of advance. They don't. And what? They don't book in advance for pay-per-views. Yeah, they do. That's what they say they do. They don't. Because you clearly going to get the same match you're going to get from the pay-per-view. The same match you're going to get from the pay-per-view is the same match you're going to get on that Raw. Not really. Oh, Solo there? Not really. I think you kind of get a better match on. Well, no, I don't know. I'm not saying sometimes you get a better quality. Match on TV. I'm talking about the same match, same matchup. Oh, the same two competitors. Yeah, same two competitors. Gotcha. You're gonna get that match nonstop. So it's like, oh, Seth Rollins has to face Shinsuke Nakamura. So for the next couple weeks, you about to see Shinsuke Nakamura either attack Seth Rollins every single week, or he's gonna do something to interact with Seth Rollins every single week. We're not gonna get. You know, the interaction is fine, but he ain't gotta have a match every single week. You don't even have to interact every week as far as confrontation, attacking this guy every week. Yeah, it's just playing mind games. Give me video packages. Again. Yeah, that's good enough for me. That's what I'm like. Talk crap I like from his mansion. You know what I mean? And that's why I like the build for that match. Mm-hmm. That's why I enjoyed the build for the match because I was like, okay, they're not for Shinsuke because they didn't have contact like that. They didn't have a lot of contact. Except for that week, literally the week before, you didn't like that match? No, I didn't. Oh, that's weird. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of it either, but it was. I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what they were trying to do, but it didn't work for me. But in my head, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this like, man, they actually didn't have a match to drive me crazy with Seth Rollins. The story is Seth Rollins' body can't hold up no more, and his body's even breaking down when he's not even in the match. That makes it even better. So I'm like, I enjoy that. So boom. That's good enough for me. I'm going to take that. But when you give me, oh, we're going to have Cody and Jay versus Judgment Day, that match done happened basically 30 times, but in different formats. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He showed, yeah, they've been talking about it all week. But I didn't know he was showing up as that version, though, but. Oh, yeah. He doesn't do the dead man no more. You know what? Why not talk about it? There was somebody who said something to you, so I'm going to just go along with that and keep going. So, again, we're watching the NXT show, and they were promoting a lot of big stars on this NXT show. And the Undertaker just comes out, but he does not come out as the Phenom Undertaker or Dead Man Undertaker, if you will. He comes out as the American Badass. So that's where I was looking at him like,
whoa.
Yeah, like he came out as the American Badass and not the Phenom or the Dead Man, whichever way you want to call it. But he looks better now that he's took time away and been gone.
He's just himself. I like this one Virgin now because he's just himself. He don't need to be the Dead Man no more.
I felt like the last time he was the American Badass, that was himself.
Yeah,
people hated it.
Yeah, people hated it.
I thought it was dope, but I was ready for him to go back. But yeah.
But now I really enjoy it now because I'm like, okay, he done the interviews and done basically the media run. He don't need to be Dead Man no more, bro. He's an old man. We all get it.
Right. He's Mark Calloway.
He's old. He's an old dude, bro. He don't need to be.
He's really not though. He's barely 50.
Brother, he looks it.
Like,
he looks it.
Yeah, he look older than 50.
We just talked about Kevin Love. He looks it. He looks it.
He look older than 50, but he's only 50.
He got that beer gut. That hair kind of fading.
The eyes is red a little bit.
Yeah, come on, yellow.
He looking a little old, like
him and Book both look old. So I mean, hey, yeah, you know, Triple H is in control, and I can already see it now. It's kind of been showing throughout majority shows, but I can see it. So what? I think you see change. I see changes. You said that you have to wait a couple to see it a little bit more, but
no. I have to wait to believe that this is
permanent.
Yeah, exactly.
This is permanent.
Exactly.
Okay, I feel that.
Exactly. As far as mine, so even with this show, they were promoting him as the greatest of all time, John Cena. So it doesn't bother me that they're doing that. But my question to you is, do you think that John Cena is the GOAT, especially for you growing up in the era where you were really, it was your golden years?
Yeah.
So, like, it's perfect question for you. Like,
yeah.
So do you think that John Cena is the GOAT? And if not, can you name me 3 people that are more suited for that title?
For the GOAT. You hit it right on the head because I grew up with him. I say yeah. I think so. Even when I look back on some tapes, like I go back on Peacock or whatever and go look, I'm like, man, Hulk Hogan got a big reaction. I haven't been able to see Bruno Sammartino, but I'm like, man.
You don't want to.
But yeah, I know I'm not going to like it either, so I know that. So it's like.
No, I'm not saying it in a negative way coming from me, but I'm just saying I know you don't do it because you hate watching old school wrestling. Yeah. Especially shit from the 70s or the 60s.
But I'm going to say John Cena's the GOAT because for him to maintain, like, yes, we get that he started as a heel. Well, he really started as babyface and heel. He got popular from heel, and he ended up becoming babyface. But for him to really just stay babyface and being able to adapt to what's going on around him, like with the times changing and everything, he stayed the same, stayed consistent and everything. And yeah, he said, you know, he was like, I'm not going to be like the Rock and League for Hollywood and everything. Everybody says that. Everyone says that. But I guess for me, when The Rock comes back, I'm like, oh, shit, The Rock's back. That's cool. When I see Batista, I go, oh, that's cool. Like, all these people I see, I go, that's cool. But when I see John Cena, I'm like, man.
That's the one that gives you goosebumps?
That's the one that gives me goosebumps, and that's the one I go, man, I gotta savor these moments. Because I know the time is running out. So,
man, that's crazy.
So in my mind, I'm like, bro, I got to savor every moment we have with John Cena. Because sooner or later, he won't be in the ring like that no more. And we're going to only get those, oh, it's the 50th anniversary of SmackDown moment. And John Cena having to show up.
This is the first one you really living through, huh?
For
like,
John Cena?
As far as, like,
yeah,
your main guy, like, almost at the tail end and might retire.
And I hated John Cena for a while.
That's crazy.
I hated John Cena. And it's just like, now I'm like, oh, man. He's kind of like, for me, he's like my LeBron James for wrestling. Because it's like, bro.
Great comparison.
It's like, yo, LeBron time is running out. So you kind of have to just enjoy the moments you have with him. And I could say the same thing for John Cena. I didn't have that moment for Jordan. Yeah, but because I know basketball.
It's like you're Austin. You didn't have that moment for Austin.
I didn't have that moment for Austin, but like for Jordan, I'm always gonna be. If I have to have a GOAT talk between Jordan and LeBron, I'm gonna say Jordan. I'm gonna say Jordan still.
I'm surprised.
I'm gonna say
Usually
Jordan.
The people that grew up in the LeBron era would say LeBron.
But
hey, kudos to you.
I'm gonna say Jordan.
You know your shit.
But then it's like, yeah, like it's weird because I grew up with LeBron. But for me, GOAT wise in wrestling, it's always gonna be John Cena. Like you had people that were good, you had people that were great and deserve to be Hall of Fame and should be in that talks of GOAT, like Stone Cold, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, Macho Man. Like these talks, like names that you could just call out and you be like, man, that's great. They're just this. But John Cena just stands above them all for me. No matter what. Like the championships, the fact that everybody always said, John Cena, you can't wrestle. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to actually go full on, like, show y'all what I could really do. And he did it kind of late. Like, I want to say when he went on that USA Championship run.
No, he didn't. He just added some more clunky moves to his arsenal.
He added more moves to his arsenal because y'all already said he can't do.
Right, because it's always the 5 moves of doom. So he added like 2 or 3 more moves.
Added like
the leg drop off the top rope.
He did a moonsault. He's doing moonsaults. He's doing power bombs. I want to say
him do sit down power
John Cena's best match to me of all time, no matter who he faced, is always going to be against AJ Styles. John Cena versus AJ Styles. I want to say that was some. I want to say that either Survivor Series or SummerSlam. I can't because they had like I think they had like 2-3 matches.
4.
On pay-per-view?
When AJ, because they had a match together when AJ was a babyface, and then they had.
I want to say it's the first one when he's a heel.
I think he was a babyface.
No. I'm saying his best match against AJ is when heels.
Because I remember they had 2.
AJ's first heel match against him.
He switched with the OC and turned heel, and then
this is right before they head into SmackDown. This is right before SmackDown breaks off into SmackDown Live and they restarted. Because I remember AJ Styles got drafted to SmackDown. He was like, I'm the one who beat John Cena. Because he kept saying he had the headband on his arm.
So that was right before he turned heel. They beat the crap out of them.
So that's how I remember them. Jeez. But I think John Cena is a GOAT, and I'm going to just leave it at that. He is the greatest of all time. Roman Reigns is cool. Don't get me wrong. He ain't the GOAT. But I'm going to go with John Cena. Every time.
All right, so you said your piece. I'm going to say mine. As far as John Cena being the GOAT, I can't oppose it. And the reason I said that I can't oppose it because when you name all of the greats that could be named before him, and I would say like a Shawn Michaels, a Bret Hart.
I can't. I ain't going to forget about Bret. I'm sorry, Bret. My bad.
A Ric Flair. Like those type of guys.
There's so many names out there.
It's so many names. But I say out of all of them, maybe Flair's the only other guy besides Cena. Cena never took a break.
Yeah. That's why I think I give him more respect too.
That's the main reason why I'd be like, if anybody has that debate, I don't really argue with him too much because he was the main one who never took a break.
Before you finish, I will say when he did take a break, it was for a major injury.
And he came back like that.
Instantly. It was like he didn't miss a beat. So it wasn't like we missed him so long. It was like he was literally going for like 2 or 3 months. And that's what it felt like. Because like he's only been going.
That's really what it was. It was like from damn near Survivor Series time to like Royal Rumble.
To the Royal Rumble. And then it felt like he really was not gone. It was
wasn't gone.
Even when like he broke his nose, he wasn't gone.
Nah, he was back the next week.
The elbow, he was still there. Like he was there all the time. He was never gone.
He was never gone. And that's probably why a lot of people waned on him too, just from seeing the same face. But looking back on it now, because now it's kind of been a career, I give him that respect because Austin, after 98, took a break. And then he came back in 2000. 2000. And then he was gone again by 2002. And then he only came back for a half a year. And then he never wrestled again. He was retired.
Right.
For Hogan, bullshit. He's a bullshit artist. But anyway, Hogan came into the WWF. He took that break in 92. And then he came back 93. Then took a break after that. And then went to WCW. Then after WCW shut down, he took a break for like 2 years and then went to WWE, and then he just floundered. Who else? The Rock left after fucking 6 years. He literally started his career in 96 and was gone 2002. Like, so he spent 6 years in the business and was like, fuck this. I just needed to get my name out there and was gone. So when it comes to like the GOAT conversation, okay, I'm not going to push back like I would in the Jordan versus LeBron argument.
Right.
Which LeBron's kind of pushing his way in the Cena category.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just
Yeah, because he hasn't taken a break.
He hasn't taken a break.
All right.
So, in the same, that's why when you brought that up earlier, I was like, fuck, that's a great comparison. Like, so, anyway, yeah, I'll give him that, but at the end of the day, I still might have to go with Flair, too. So, if it's not Cena, I'll go with Flair. They both have the same amount of title wins, and Flair never took a break.
I think, to me, John Cena, I don't know. I guess because I wasn't born around the time Ric Flair was there, but I would say John Cena brought a lot of eyes to wrestling, and he kept a lot of eyes to wrestling.
Oh, Flair brought a lot of eyes to wrestling.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't around
Oh,
that
my
time.
God. I really wasn't either. Like, I came after, but just knowing the impact of being a historian, going back watching shit,
Yeah.
you see how he was really one of the first heels to have, like, babyface reactions.
Yeah.
Like, crowd would show up in tuxedos for the Four Horsemen, like that type of shit. Like, Flair was over.
But then John Cena, like, for me, John Cena, too, he's like, man,
All right, let's do this. You defend Cena right now. I defend Flair.
I can't do that. I can't do it because I love Ric Flair. I'm never gonna go against. If anybody was like Ric Flair's my GOAT, I was like, okay, because I can respect that because I love Ric Flair too. Ric Flair, John Cena, and Shawn Michaels are all on the same level for me.
Shawn took them breaks,
but I guess I always love Shawn for the entertainment value.
Me too, and he could go in the ring.
And he could go in the ring.
Probably better than almost anybody.
And then Rick was more entertainment. He could go in the ring, but I guess because I only caught the tail end of his career.
He had a formula by then.
Yeah, so it was like it was the same always. And then for John, it's like he could always go in the ring for me.
You know what? Hold on, time out. This negative connotation that Flair always had the same match, that's bullshit.
Remember,
it wasn't the same match.
I caught the tail end of Ric Flair.
No, not you. This is just for the fans out there because a lot of fans say that Flair had the same matches or whatever. And a lot of even wrestlers in the business used to say that Flair had the same matches. It's like, because he used the same moves, because he'd go to the top rope and the guy would catch him and he never jumps off the top. They always throw him off.
Yeah.
Or because he'd go to the buckle and do the flip.
Yeah.
Like Harley Race. Like, do you not notice that Triple H does the same high knee in the move in his matches, or does the same knee to the face with the elbow clench, like it's about to be a hip toss?
Everybody has the same exact move.
But it's
everybody
where
do the same
do you
thing.
put it in the match?
Yeah, it's about the place of it.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
that's all it is to me, and that's all Flair matches were. It was the same moves, but just not in the right. They were all in the right places.
And it was in different places. Yeah,
who always it just be
same exact time.
No, it just be random.
No, his be random, and you already know they're coming.
It's coming when he gets the tag or when the match is already starting.
Every time. So that's how I know. Oh, here we go. We about to get us a Nick Jackson hot tag. Yep. Boom.
Nick Jackson hot, and you know what he going for.
Oh yes. Oh my bad. A Matt Jackson, isn't it?
No, Nick.
Nick the young one.
Yep.
Yeah. Both of them old as hell. But
stupid.
I'm not gonna go against because John Cena, like for me, it's because I've seen him go from just a 5 moves of doom to multiple moves, and I've seen him also be like, I guess that ruthless aggression era. Like I've seen it, like the growth of it, the full growth of John Cena, from start to finish. Really,
I said that was your golden era.
So it's like I've seen it in person. And I'm like, okay.
And now you're watching the tail end of it.
Now watching the tail end of it, I'm like,
and your appreciation for it is at an all-time high because it's like.
And I'm one of the people that actually love John Cena to the point where I had hated John Cena, to the point where I'm like, you know what?
Flowers.
Yeah, here's your flowers. You actually deserve it. Because there's a lot of wrestlers that's been in for a while where I'm like, he deserves flowers, but not for the same reasons as John Cena. And then in my mind, when I think about John Cena, I think of real life superhero. I think of a real life superhero because he does so much outside the ring to the point where I'm like, bruh, I can't hate the man.
Well, that was my Bret Hart. So.
He does so he literally has the most Make-A-Wishes of Make-A-Wish Foundation. Which I'm like, yo, you telling me a dude that's traveling like nonstop, basically what, 300 days out of the year traveling?
Maybe that to 320.
And I'm talking
on what era.
Yeah, depending on what era. And he has enough time to make for basically everybody. And I'm like, man, this dude, cause you got like The Rock and stuff like that. He be like, oh, I'm filming right now, stuff like that. Bro, you got time. You got more time than what John Cena's got right now.
Right. Cena be coming while the movie being filmed to come do a little spot, and then
he coming there with the costume still on, going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like he comes there in the middle, like he like, yo, we on a break right now. Let me go do a Make-A-Wish real quick. Like he has that. Like I'm like, bro, I can't hate a man that got that time. Nah. And because I'm a man of the people, so I always care about what the people feeling. And I'm like, man, that's something. When you could do that, man, you already earn my respect instantly. And when I found out he has the most wishes granted, I was like, yo, this dude cannot miss. His movies are good. He's good in the ring.
His movies are good.
Like, he doesn't play the same character like The Rock. I mean, come on, bro. He don't miss. But to kind of swing back to one of my questions real quick, because you mentioned Ric Flair, and when you mentioned Ric Flair, you mentioned WCW.
I did.
And one of my questions was to connect the old school to the new school. Will the original WCW venue style, like, you know, when they go to the mall and all this stuff, will that help AEW now? Or should, like, what would help AEW?
AEW already has beautiful aesthetics, but it doesn't help the in-ring product. It doesn't help the overall product.
When I say venue style, I mean, like, so right now they're running basketball arenas.
I know, but they do some, like when they used to do what's the little shit in Jacksonville?
Daily Place?
Yeah, when they had it, but when they first did it, that was all different. Like how they had the stage and it was.
That's what I'm saying. They moved away from that.
Yeah, they used to do that all the time. The Arthur Ashe Stadium, and they brought back the whole the rampway that used to be in WCW or the runway. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like they do stuff that's like aesthetically pleasing, but you gotta also have the product to bring people to them venues or to watch.
The only reason I said that was because the problem is other than those shows, they always book basketball arenas.
And you don't think they can fill them?
And they're not filling them.
Okay.
They're not, like, so if you, because I say,
centers.
They need smaller venues. They need those things. But I'm like, yo, those smaller venues, after a while, it's like, okay, cool, we're in a small venue.
Smaller venues work.
But then I'm like, you know what? Why don't they have episodes where they're in the mall?
Not even just the mall, just a smaller venue where the sound is more compact. So it just seems like more people are in there.
I'm going to tell you why I thought this, right?
Okay.
When we watched the first episode of WCW.
It was just beautiful.
We was like, yo, there's a lot of people there. It might have been a lot of people there.
Just
but
random people.
Just random people
wrestling.
Don't even know what's going on.
Right.
But it looked like it was a jam-packed show.
From a TV perspective.
Yes, it looked like a jam-packed show. It just looked. And you're like, yeah, in the mall? What? That's kind of cool. What? That's cool. So that's, to me, I'm thinking that, man, if AEW could just on TV make it actually look like it's jam packed.
They do by having everybody go to one side of the arena like WWE used to do. But
that's the thing.
It don't work.
We already know that. We know it don't work. Because
people got camera phones.
People got camera phones. So like the pictures of, that's why like I want to say when Edge debuted on Collision. Bro, when I saw that picture of that crowd,
I didn't see it.
In my head, I'm like, Edge, you left WWE for that?
I didn't see
stuff like that makes me go, really, Edge?
Bro, I'm almost, damn, we both on the
If
phone,
you look after the show.
Damn, blood, now I kind of want to see. Fuck, I got a whole computer in front of me. What am I talking about?
Because I'm about to say, they got pictures of, if you go on like Twitter or X or whatever, you see it, you're going to see it, and I'm like, bro, Edge left WWE for this? Like, brother, you could have literally like, I mean, I know it ain't always about the bag and you want the experience, but man, I know it's kind of heartbreaking sometimes when you go from being in front of those huge crowds to basically just front of 10 to 15 people.
I just want to see it. Was it empty in that mug? I'm typing in hella stuff.
Okay, you good. While you do that, I'm gonna go ahead and promote. I'm gonna go ahead and promote the Heavily Opinionated podcast with your boy Playboy Troy, Melly Mel, Cooley High, DJ Rose, and Platinum P. That boy Platinum Pat. Yes. This past episode, we sat there and we talked about Paulo Banquero, or however you say his last name. We talked about Paulo and his future. We talked about the Warriors a little bit. We dove into basketball, and then also we have a 20-minute segment where we actually broke down. We talked about the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about, Colin Kaepernick, and how we feel about it as black men. We talked about it. A lot of people don't want to touch on that subject, but we did, because we gonna stay heavily opinionated always on the Heavily Opinionated podcast on Instagram and on Twitter and also on TikTok. And also, if you're in the Savannah area, go check out Mystic Bar to get your face cleaned up this holiday. Ain't no reason to show up at the Halloween party with a dirty face with makeup on top.
With a dirty face?
Yeah, ain't no reason to show up to the Thanksgiving table with your pores all dirty and your nails dirty. Don't do that. Go to Mystic Bar, get your face right. Go get right. And guess what? While you're going to your mama and your grandma's house for Thanksgiving dinner, go ahead and wear some custom shoes from Black Queen Masterpiece at bq.masterpiece on Instagram. Go check it out.
Oh my goodness!
What
is this? Wow!
You see the arena?
Wow!
You see what I'm talking about?
Was this a TV taping? It says Collision on the Ring. Wow!
Yes.
That's crazy. There was literally like one section of the whole arena bowl that had people. And
yes.
It was like in this one, not even the whole right side. It was literally just a section. Looked like the 117 section of the arena. And that's where the people... That's crazy.
You thought I was tripping?
No, I just wanted to see how bad it was. I didn't think...
It was like... And this is not to just shit on AEW, but I'm like...
Fuck that. Shit on them.
I'm like, bro, you gotta...
Like 80% of the empty arena.
You know what made me laugh? I was driving here today.
There's more people on the freeway.
And I thought about... what you said about Edge.
Damn.
And
bro, I smoke. What did I say?
You said Edge is in a draw, and you said his matches weren't that good.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, "You're right. You're right. Edge wasn't really that good."
First time I got a you're right.
I mean, they don't come out that much.
They don't come out that often, goddammit.
But you were right, because I think all the matches that he's had when he came back to WWE,
him and Orton comes to mind. That long 50-minute WrestleMania match.
It was because we was watching it with nostalgia eyes.
Nah, I wasn't. I was bored.
No, not you. Not you. I'm talking about the fan. Me and the fans that were like, man, we're happy to have Edge back. It's the nostalgia eyes that we was watching it through. To finally have Edge back, and it's like, oh, he can't do nothing wrong. The googly eyes, basically.
The googly eyes.
Like, you can't do nothing wrong. That's just how it is. Because it's like, bro, when you watch certain, like, it's kind of like we're trying to put Edge in the John Cena light. Like, we have to cherish every moment we have with him. But, like, the way Edge is talking, he don't want to stop. Like, John Cena is going to have to stop, but it's like, it's kind of like when Paul Pierce was on his retirement tour, and Draymond was like, "You not Kobe.
You're not Kobe.
You're not gonna get
no retirement tour."
That's how Edge is with John. That's how weird. That's how Edge is. Edge is Paul Pierce, and John Cena is Kobe. So it's like, bro, Edge is good, but he doesn't want to stop. So it's like, okay, go ahead. But those matches weren't all that good. Sorry, they weren't really that good.
Him versus Finn Balor, Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania.
Trash. Bored. I was bored that match.
Bored as shit.
I was really bored that match.
Day 2 was boring in general, but that shit was like, this match shouldn't even been here.
I'm trying to think of a match that I enjoyed.
Him and Sheamus?
His
last match?
His last match was one I actually enjoyed. I was like,
Sheamus not going to give you a bad match anyway, so
yeah.
The fuck? Like, Edge has not been impressive since he's came back. Like, and when he had the Judgment Day to be like his muscle, he turned that shit down. So
Vince ruined that for him.
Whatever.
Yeah, that whole situation.
Now looking back on it, should have took that shit, baby. It'd been better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially having Damian Priest right there. So
yeah, that's my question. I just want to know if I was trying to find a way to help AEW. I guess that's me. I was trying to find a way to help them, even though I don't watch their show. I'm not really invested in AEW at all. I'm not watching Dynamite. If y'all would know the stuff I went through to make sure we watch NXT tonight while we was recording, y'all would know. Like I
got it to work with no problem.
I was determined to make sure my rating count on NXT's board.
Yes, he was.
And
I didn't even know that AEW had a show tonight. Like,
I hate ratings. I truly hate ratings, and like I feel like ratings don't actually tell the full story of actual shows.
They're telling a fucking story. They're telling who's watching and who's not.
But
who's attracting viewers and who's not.
Well, first of all, people don't like NXT for some reason because it's not.
It's not that they don't like them. It's just people don't know these new players. So once you lose that old roster, now we have to get used to new people.
Yeah.
Instead of you winging us in by having older people still there.
They flushed them out quickly.
Instead of them, who was the last one? Ciampa.
Ciampa was the last one.
It was like a whole new flocks of people.
Yeah.
And you had to get used to a whole new flocks, which is a developmental system.
But when you create our identity, you don't just erase that identity for a new one. That's not how that works.
What do you mean?
Like, you don't, like, okay, if you go into plastic surgery, you don't go into plastic surgery to go, give me a whole new face. We work the nose, we're going to work the eyes, we work the lips, we work the cheeks, we're working piece by piece to make you a new face. They don't just go in and go, okay, you want a new face? Here's a new face. That's basically what NXT did. They basically was like, oh, we want NXT 2.0. Okay, so what do we do with all the people that was on NXT, the original NXT?
Fire them or send them to Raw or SmackDown.
Get rid of them. Basically send them on. Like, LA Knight was, yes, he was part of the original Black and Gold, but he wasn't there long enough for him to be a part of the original Black and Gold.
He had hair.
And then out of nowhere, they was like, LA Knight represents NXT Black and Gold. Damn, he really only had like 2 or 3 matches on the NXT Black and Gold banner.
Even that, because he was gone really before that.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't even LA Knight. He was Eli
No, before
Drake.
that. Before that.
I know.
Oh, you're talking about before even?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't just uplift a whole entire face.
Yeah, you don't do that.
You piece by piece.
Vince never did that. That's why when he did it with NXT 2.0, it was like, well, fuck. Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, all of them start leaving. It's like, okay, I see that they're leaving and they're departing, but can you keep some of them to wing in the people so we can get used to them? That's how we got used to these guys.
Yeah.
So like, don't just
and
get rid of
it
them
was
all.
it was an impulse change because he was mad that AEW beat NXT in ratings.
Right.
And it was only because, and first of all,
because they were new.
They were new. They're the new thing on the block. So that's how that works. If you're the new thing on the block, you're gonna have a hot streak to start off.
If they're new on the block and they have some of your old talent, and they have a national TV deal. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Because TNA didn't have that national TV deal at first.
Right.
So they
and
really
plus
weren't
they had a whole.
competition.
They really didn't even have that. They had old WWE competition people.
But they weren't looked at as competition because they didn't have the TV slot.
I'm saying they didn't have. They had old WWE stars, but it wasn't like flooded with WWE stars.
Yeah, it was Mr. Perfect, X-Pac, Razor Ramon. This was all the start.
Oh,
Jeff
you're talking about the very beginning.
I'm just saying in general, like
you're talking about the very beginning.
Yeah, when WWE should have looked at them as a threat, like they're doing AEW.
I'm talking about when TNA finally got on TV.
Nah, fuck all that.
AEW instantly got on TV when they started. They instantly got on TV.
TNA didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
when TNA finally,
when they got their TV deal, you guys ain't been a threat for fucking 5 years.
When TNA finally got their TV deal, the problem was your first episode, you basically drowned everything you start. Really, you drowned your whole foundation with ex-WWE stars. I remember watching that episode when they went to the Monday Night Wars, and I was like, your first episode, you start off with Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, Scott Hall, X-Pac, and Kevin Nash in the ring. And then you end up bringing in RVD that same night. You brought in Jeff Hardy that same night. Jeff Hardy literally sat on top. I remember this like it was yesterday. He sat on top of the red steel cage on top of all the original TNA people. And I was like, that's not how you do that. You don't just have Jeff Hardy.
They knew
bruh.
in TNA that they were just on vacation, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you trying to defend this shit.
I'm not trying to
If you
defend it.
didn't
I'm just
have a-
saying they set themselves up for failure.
No,
AEW.
they were set up for failure by not having a TV deal when they first started as a company.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah,
If you don't have a TV deal or you have something to be competitive when you first start, you're gonna be looked at as a lower tier. That's just how it is. Ring of Honor looked at as a lower tier. Like that's just what the fuck it is. Evolve, House of Glory looked at as lower tiers because they never had TV deals. New Japan never had an American TV deal, so they're looked at as lower than. If they came to the States right now, WWE be like, well, whatever, until you actually prove that you can do some shit.
And then people scared that WWE going over to Japan. I'm like, bro, if you don't know, if WWE go over to Japan and they do their own thing, right? They're gonna probably be like the third biggest brand over there.
Whatever.
Cause they got New Japan and they got Noah.
And they used to work with New Japan and All Japan. So.
Like people knows WWE globally.
Yeah.
But in Japan they will be the third best over there.
But they'll only be over there for a cup of tea.
They ain't gonna be over there for long.
A tour, and that's it. So, as far as my next question, since we kind of talking about NXT, fuck it, let's go there. How would you feel?
Jeez, commercial break.
I know, right? I'm trying to see how I can say this. How would you feel if Phil Brooks had a little stint in NXT? Do you think it could work? Do you think that it would be a better outcome than it was in AEW with their younger talent? I know it's a packed question.
It's not a packed question because it only really depends on who's there in NXT when he goes. If he's fighting the new generation that's there now,
it's gonna be a new generation.
Because first of all, when he comes back, he needs to debut on the main roster instantly. He don't need to debut on NXT.
Well, no, he don't need to debut on NXT. That kills the whole vibe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He needs to return on the main roster. If he wants to hop down there to NXT,
like how Becky's doing, how Baron Corbin,
because he did that before.
Stuff.
He already did it before.
I don't even remember. Is that when he brought up Roman Reigns and Seth and them?
He did it when he's a WWE champion. He he went down there and tag team with Seth. He just showed up.
That was that time. Yeah,
and everybody was like, "What? CM Punk's down here? That's crazy." That's why I'm like, "Okay, cool." I'm like, you asked me that question before, not on here, but off air. You sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." I thought about it. I was like, you know what? If he only did like guest appearances, like how Becky does, like he's not actually.
Weeks.
Now he's sitting down there.
No, not Baron Corbin.
Not Baron Corbin style.
Just a couple weeks, like Becky.
Or
I don't even want him to win a title though.
Not even like Becky, like Butch.
Yeah.
Like Butch has been down there for a couple weeks, but he ain't been like he's not actually assigned down there. Like he hasn't won a championship down there.
Right.
He's just been down there because it's a cool like.
He been down. Well, storyline wise, he been down there to help his boy Tyler Bate.
And he was in the Heritage Cup thing, but
Heritage Cup,
he was in the Heritage Cup tournament.
See, I don't even need Punk to be in a tournament.
He doesn't need to be in a tournament. He just need to be down there just to be like, hey, I heard good things about you. Let's see if you can hang with the big dogs.
Or just you can have a little minor rivalry because you don't have a rivalry on the main roster anyway.
Yeah.
We'll have a little minor rivalry with some little young guy.
You have it set up where like if he's on SmackDown and Roman feels challenged, whatever, you play into Paul Heyman that fast because Paul Heyman and CM Punk has history, right? This is how
it's gonna happen eventually.
Now you see how this is how you gonna work it out. CM Punk's talking trash about Roman. Out of nowhere, Braun Breaker spears the hell out of CM Punk. That's how CM Punk shows up on NXT. Cause
you think Braun gonna be in NXT that long?
I don't think so.
I think
he's gonna be on the main roster soon.
Me too.
But
I think he's
not gonna be there before WrestleMania. He's not gonna be there before WrestleMania. So he'll be on NXT still. But if that's how you want to play it, but you know, CM Punk's gonna be on Raw.
Or the Royal Rumble.
But that would be a cool way. Like if you want to keep Braun down there so long, first of all, he's been in the oven too long.
Yeah, it's time
for him to go. He should have been gone by now.
Yeah, he's a fucking monster.
Yeah,
a beast. Like take him out.
Him and Carmelo, both ready to go. They have a lot of people down there ready to go. But for right now, if you want to play into that, you could do that. How you get them down to the NXT, or you just have them like Dragon Lee and Dominic Mysterio. Because now Dragon...
Just a little minor rivalry.
Dragon Lee's now on SmackDown. He's been called up to SmackDown now.
Did you see Carlito come back?
I did see Carlito come back. He's on SmackDown now.
He's on SmackDown. Well, is he officially on SmackDown?
Yes. He's officially full-time on SmackDown. Which, actually, I thought about this, and I was going to text it to you. But here's a question for you. The impromptu question. Do you see this leading to Santos Escobar turning on Rey Mysterio.
Absolutely.
And us having a setup of Carlito and LWO with us having a tag team of Santos and Carlito versus Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio.
So that means that they kick Ray out.
Or we have it where the young versus the new with Carlito
I think Santos is out of there. Santos is gonna go on his own.
No. They're kicking Rey Mysterio out.
But what I'm saying is go on his own.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the leader of the LWO. I don't think he will be like an underboss.
I'm thinking Dragon Lee and Santos versus Carlito and Ray. The young versus old.
Nah, I think Dragon Lee stays
with Ray.
Stays on the babyface side
for
because
right
they
now.
want a new Ray.
They want a new Ray. Okay, I mean we could do it that way too.
But it's just I don't know. Like I don't want to see Carlito turn
heel already.
Not even that to be with the LWO because then what was this whole build you were doing with Santos? So now Santos is gonna be an underboss to Carlito.
No, he won't.
Carlito
will just be that
henchman?
the wise man. Like he's like the wise wise elderman of the LWO.
Well, it gives him something to do. So
yeah, he's wise. He's the Shelton Benjamin of their hurt business.
I see what you did there.
He's their like Santos is their Bobby Lashley. Carlito is like their Shelton Benjamin, and then you have really he's the MVP. Carlito's the MVP, and then you have Del Toro and whatever, and the old boy be.
I guess it could work. I mean, I'm not saying it
they'll be
can't
Shelton
work.
Benjamin and Cedric, and then you have Zelina, who should have been Bianca Belair in her business. Well, actually, I think Bianca Belair is going to be in the new one now with the Street Profits and.
I don't know. They keep losing, so who knows?
Yeah. Because they got the rivalry with LWO right now, so that's why I'm saying, because Zelina actually attacked.
She's been gone for a minute.
She attacked Montez in the match. So in my head, I'm thinking they about to get Bianca to neutralize her. To get rid
Bianca been gone for a minute.
Yeah.
So that's the way to bring her back. Well, it'll just be copying off of me, but yeah, I see it working. I see it actually being a good thing, but I just don't think that Carlito should be with Santos.
Why not?
I think Santos should. If he's gonna be the LWO, just let him be with the other guys and run his group.
I think the only reason why I say Carlito need to be with Santos is because the other two guys are losers. They've been betrayed as losers so bad.
They're gonna have Carlito start being a loser after a while.
No. I think for not now, not yet. He just came back. So
you say he's the Shelton Benjamin, right?
No, he's the MVP. He's MVP.
MVP ain't won a match either.
He didn't, but MVP also won the United States title.
Has he been back? He won? Has he won it with the cut hair?
Was he the United States champion?
I think
he was the tag. Oh, was he the tag? They all four had championships. I remember that.
So maybe he was a U.S. champion.
He was a U.S. champion. Because I remember them all. Cedric and, all four of them having titles.
And Shelton was the tag champs.
And Bobby was the WWE champion.
Damn, I don't even remember all four of them having belts like that. What was this, the pandemic?
Yeah, this is during the pandemic. I think about
everything up during the pandemic.
I think about the Shelton Benjamin coming out with the mask on. That's how I remember them. Like he comes out with the mask on. He's like,
the white mask or whatever.
No, he had the pandemic mask on.
Oh, he didn't take it off. MVP was like, your mask.
Never mind. MVP didn't have the title. Bobby had the United States title.
That's what I really thought.
And he also had the WWE title.
Oh, dang, I can't hear it. But now that'd be a copyright strike. I'll just watch it later.
So yeah, I mean,
okay.
Personally, I'm like, this is why I like Triple H being in charge though, because now my eyes are everywhere. I have to watch everything. Just like I don't know if you noticed. Well, you said you watched the highlights of Raw, but something happened in the background of a segment on Raw.
Was it the Shayna Baszler segment?
No.
Yo.
It was a Ricochet segment. Well, first we got Shinsuke. We got different.
The Shinsuke interview it was the Shinsuke interview where Ricochet to me just came out of nowhere because I didn't even know they was beefing. And he just flew in. I'm like,
Shinsuke jumped Ricochet before his match for the the Intercontinental title match.
See, I didn't even know nothing about that shit. And I'm like, Ricochet just came out of nowhere.
That starts a beef between them.
You come back here. Come on, come fight me. Get off me. No, I'm okay. Nah. I say Ricochet, dog. You could be a little tougher than that, dog.
Ricochet was being interviewed after the match. And in the background, Drew McIntyre is sitting in the back talking to Rhea Ripley.
Oh yeah, they've been doing a lot of that lately.
That's
with like background stuff, but it's like
That's-
there's a little light to them, just a little light to let you know that they're there.
that's a Triple H thing.
I ain't mad at it.
Cause you have to like with his stuff, you got to pay attention to everything what's going on. Like, why you think the Bray Wyatt stuff worked so easily?
It didn't work. But,
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
It did work until somebody showed back up.
Are you talking about when Bray was being himself
The QR code. I'm talking about the QR code stuff.
and not doing the ghostly stuff?
Yeah,
When he was being himself, he was great. But then neon lights and all that type of shit.
That's your boy. That's your boy coming back.
You talking about my boy?
Yeah. Mr. Kennedy.
Fuck, with that being said, you made me forget where I was gonna say because I forgot what the fuck I forgot. Yeah, I forgot, and I can't bring it back.
Okay. Then.
Yeah.
Well, are we calling it?
God damn it. Fucking brain fart. Because I was going somewhere with what you were saying, but I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about.
Triple H sets up everything. He set stuff up.
There we go. So there was a segment where Shayna Baszler got interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
And then Akira Tozawa was like just randomly Yeah, I was like, was that supposed to happen?
Yeah, that's his running. It's a running gag.
Oh, it's a gag.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically
I've never
like
seen it before.
he does that with every time like somebody happened to be walking down the hallway and it's somebody like Nia Jax or somebody that actually beat him up. He'd be like, nope. He does that every time. Like he'd be walking, and he'd turn around, and he'd be like, nope.
I was like, I wonder if they mean to do that.
Yeah, he does. It's been a running gag for some reason. It's just been going. Every time I see it, I go, okay, I get it.
I go,
Yeah, he makes me chuckle. And I'm like, oh, it's funny. Because it's his face. Because he's like, Because all I think about is, okay, if you've seen Friday, no, I'm not saying. I'm saying if you've seen Friday, for the viewers, if they haven't seen Friday. There's a part when Debo takes old boy's bike, takes red bike, and his dad gets out of the car, and Debo goes, "You want some too, old man?" And no. And he just gets.
Why you over here messing with them
these
people?
young folks?
You know goddamn well.
That's what all that comes to
Rest
mind.
in peace, Ronaldo Ray.
Every time I see it, because Akira Tozawa, and he does that, I think of that. No, I don't know why you messing with these young folks.
I don't know why you come over here messing with these people.
Every time I see that, man.
Well, shit. Real quick.
We having Survivor Series we having War Games at Survivor Series. Just let you know.
That's great.
I feel like that's gonna be the announcement that Triple H announces on SmackDown. Either he's announcing War Games for the Survivor Series, or he's announcing brand new tag team titles. Boom.
All right, let's record it. My last question, quick yes or no. Can Drew McIntyre be resurrected as a heel? Yes or no?
Yes.
That's all I need.
He's
I'm
a
not
dick
sure,
right now.
So I'm ready to see. But I'm ready for him to be a heel again.
The story that they're giving right now,
it's a slow burn.
And I love it. He doesn't care about anything else unless it deals with him. Seth Rollins got jumped on Monday Night Raw. Didn't care about it until that briefcase came out from Damian Priest. And he was like, bro, we not about to have that go down. Bam. No cash in, dips out.
What? I was helping my friend.
No.
Did you hear Dominic? I was helping my friend. Like,
well,
dude.
if you knew that y'all was going to jump him, why didn't Damian have the briefcase in the first place?
In his hand.
Yeah. So clearly, y'all.
Stupid plan.
Yeah, it was a stupid plan.
Who planned this shit?
Who planned it?
It wasn't Rhea, goddamn, because she
Rhea.
spit the brains. So this wasn't a Rhea. Rhea thought this was all Dominic.
This was all Dom. Really, this is all Damian. And then
oh, damn.
Dom was just like,
okay.
Like, yeah, I guess I'll go with it since you kind of forced me. So, yeah.
Shit. Well, fuck it. I guess we are going to call it, man. That was my 3 questions, so fuck it.
And that was my 2.
And we, no, you had 3 too because you asked the extra question.
Oh, my bad. I did.
So,
I did have 3.
And then we still covered a little bit of stuff as far as like Raw goes and even a little bit of SmackDown too. So I think we kind of got everything in a small condensed version.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out.
Do that?
I want to give a shout out to a fan, my boy Jose. Shout out for watching the show. He said he hasn't been watching wrestling in a while, and
shout out, man.
He watches the show, and he's like, this catches him up on the current day things, and so when he actually does watch the pay-per-views and stuff, he knows what's going on.
Dope.
So shout out to Jose. That's my boy. Josie, thank you for listening. Continue to listen to.
Absolutely.
Continue to listen to. We're Wrestlemaniacs too.
And spread the word, man, for any other wrestling fans out there. Y'all know how we do this. Also, if you're into basketball and Warriors talk, or even just NBA talk in general, check out that Warriors Since 9-1 podcast. This week I got my boy Playboy Troy on this week's episode, so we kind of did a double double podcasting today, if you will.
Like
So
dribble up and down the court.
yeah. So check that out on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get these subscribers up, man. I know we produce some very good content out here, especially talking about wrestling from a different perspective than what usually is being talked out there. Because we're not reporters really like everybody think that they are.
No.
You know, so we just out here as fans giving an honest to God opinion about how we feel about it, and we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. That's just how we do it. So, you know, we're WrestleManiacs podcast. Anything else on your part, Playboy?
No. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe, and continue to listen. I hope y'all enjoying the content. If there's anything that if you got opinions about stuff, how about you have a heavily opinion and be heavily opinionated on it, and go ahead and comment that down below under We're WrestleManiacs 2's YouTube right here with your boy Izze2Real, your boy Playboy Troy.
And I guess that's pretty much it. Because we are WrestleManiacs 2.
Deuces, ooses.
Peace out, y'all. Y'all have a good one, man.